Alright. Today, I should introduce myself. My name is Greg Dratsab Huffman, and today I'm going to give my thoughts on this book, GLAMORAMA by Bret Easton Ellis. I haven't finished reading it. You can see kind of where I'm at. I'm towards the end, but I figured I'd give some of my thoughts on it. Now, I'm probably... Most people have an interest in, say, character developments and plot and shit of that nature. Mostly when I'm reading, I'm usually wanting to glean some kind of interesting facts or just learn something new, or even if it's interesting phrasing, interesting vocabulary. So with this, I didn't exactly get that. It's like you're not going to get... It's similar to like a Chuck Palahniuk, where they use very simple language and not a lot of sesquipedalians. But I did mark down a bunch of... They'll give you, like, you'll learn... It has a lot of 90s figures, like celebrities, people in fashion. Let me see if I can pull up, in fact, some of the people they mentioned. They mentioned a guy named Mario Sorrenti, has known for spreads of nude models in the pages of Vogue, Harper's Bazaar. There's a lot of Vogue people in here they mentioned. Like, I learned Andre Walker was Oprah's hairstylist, and also Halle Berry got her pixie cut. So, you'll learn shit like that. And designers are in there, like Hans Wegner has a focus on his functionality. Oh, and I also learned Bella Freud is the daughter of Lucian Freud, who's I always thought his paintings. I need to move back. This is my first time doing this kind of video, so I'm testing the waters and I'll figure out what works. But I remember Lucian Freud. If he's the guy I'm thinking of, he had these paintings. I remember my ex-girlfriend, she used to go work at an art museum, and he would have these paintings. They were like kind of purplish, and they'd have like... I always thought they looked moldy. That's the guy I'm thinking of. He has like these moldy, but yeah, Freud family. He's mentioned there, Bella Freud, so that's interesting. I don't want to just list all of those. But the main character, and shit, you know, I'm bad with names. I already can't even think of it. Victor Ward. He also, that's his changed name. But he's a rather... He says, like, there's line, the better you look, the more you see, I believe, which I feel like has like two ways of looking at it. The better you look, as you're putting a lot of effort into what you're looking at, but also his appearance, because he's a male model. And so he's not very smart, so he will say just a lot of trendy shit, you know, in line with like the fashion industry and whatnot. And he just has these people, I guess he carries around that are sort of similar to him, where his whole charm is just that he looks good and he can attract people. So the plot is it's very confusing. I haven't finished, so maybe it'll all make sense in the end. But he works for this club, but the owner's paranoid that he's trying to open his own club, which he is, I guess. So, but he always has like these lines, like he'll say, spare me, is like his fucking catchphrase, just spare me, you know, like anytime. So he, you know, gives him some shit. Hold on, there is one, some dialogue I didn't want to read from the book. You know what? Here, I'm just going to pick this up. There we go. I'll pick this up. Now, let's see if I can pull this. Where? I know I saved this in here. Oh, yeah, so. Now, Bret Easton Ellis, I feel like some people confuse him with Palahniuk, which I've already mentioned, but I don't really think there's that similar. I've even had my writing compared to him. Somebody said, your work sounds like early Bret Easton Ellis, which I think is bullshit, but I don't want to talk about my own writing right now. But here, I'm going to read a passage from this book. I'm reading Simtex is made... Oh, I should put quotes. I'm reading Simtex is made in Czechoslovakia. I'm reading Simtex is an odorless, colorless plastic explosive. I'm reading Libya has tons of Simtex. I'm reading it takes 6 ounces of Simtex to blow up an airliner. See, that already makes me think of Survivor. I'm reading a profile on a newly manufactured plastic explosive called Rimform, which is made and distributed only underground, blah, blah, blah. I'm reading the words Bobby. Oh, yeah, I need to talk about Bobby. Bobby has scrolled on the side of a page. More useful than Simtex, question mark? blah, blah. And then the next paragraph opens up. On this much sadness, it's remarkably easy to concentrate solely on the making of a cosmopolitan. You think of nothing else while pouring cranberry juice, Cointreau? I don't even know. And lemon citron into it. Anyway, that paragraph in particular reads a lot like Palahniuk to me. I used to read Palahniuk all the time. I just binge his shit, so from what I remember, it was like that. Alright, now, there's this also interesting theme about this. There's like a film crew. So, it's like, it seems like it occurs towards the end of the book. It's almost like everything is a play, which I think is, you know, he's talking about like life feels like you're always performing, kind of similar to like, the character, goddamn, I can't think of his name right off, from Catcher in the Rye. What is his name? The damn kid from Catcher in the Rye. Hell, you know, you can look it up, etc. I want to think. But he calls everything phony and all that shit. So, anyway. Yeah, there's this film crew, and it makes reference to a director, and they're like, that's not in the script when he says certain things. So it's kind of interesting, so I want to see how that plays out, if at all. Oh, yeah, here's an interesting thing. The book apparently was written in 98, and so if somebody knows about this and they watch this video, they can tell me if they have more information. The book was written in 98. The movie for American Psycho comes out in 2000. Now, in this book, he keeps making reference to a Christian Bale-like character is following him around, just stalking him. So I don't know the payoff of this yet. I'm towards the end, but... Oh, yeah, here. I'll hold this. I'm just going to hold this book up and see. GLAMORAMA. But, yeah, I don't know the payoff of it yet. But it's interesting. I'm like, man, they have Christian fucking Bale in here. And it's like, they didn't do American Psycho yet. That was like 2 years later. And so I don't know if they already casted him or not. But very interesting. Let's see. But, yeah, all right, so Bobby in... All right, this is kind of going into spoiler territory. So if anybody cares, they can just... click it off or whatever. Watch this later. If they even watch it all. Alright. Oh, I forgot to mention. The pages do a countdown. So it's like, it'll start with like 33. I can't remember what it starts with. It starts with 33 and then you get to the next chapter. It's like 32, 31. But eventually, when you get to the next like section, it restarts the countdown again. So it almost kind of references the bombs that kind of start popping up later. But Bobby is like this male model who he... aspires, should I say, like, he doesn't really reference him early in the novel, but as time goes on, he starts to talk, or, like, you hear about how important Bobby was to the model movement. So, yeah. I think for now, I could mention a few other things, but that's probably where I'll keep it for now, just to test the waters with this kind of a video. So, if you enjoy this video, you can let me know. I might change things around. I'm just practicing with this. Those are my thoughts on GLAMORAMA by Bret Easton Ellis. Alright, bye.